What is going on, my super sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today I'm bringing another Dragon Ball Super review without a Kira bug this week because she's out of town, but she'll be back next week. And I'm actually going to do two things in this video. One, the actual review, and I'll do that now because I'm sure you clicked that because you want to see my thoughts on the episode right now. And then stay tuned for the second half of the video where I'm actually going to talk about some real stuff. So if you want to skip forward to that, feel free to fast forward. I don't know where it is, but you can look for it. Or just watch the whole thing, and then we'll get to the other stuff later. But episode 26, where are we at? We are in the end of the Resurrection F arc, which is exciting. Not exciting because the fight is about to come to conclusion, but it's exciting because I'm kind of tired of it. I'm done with it. I want to get into the new stuff at this point. To be honest, the Resurrection F arc has not been that great for me for the last couple episodes, especially just because after they got to that point where all they had left to do was the fight between Goku and Frieza, there was really nothing else new to introduce. Like, the only thing I look forward to in the Resurrection F arc so far has been new stuff or stuff explaining what they didn't have in the movie. And they did a pretty decent job doing that for the most part. But outside that, even from start to finish, the Resurrection F arc I probably would not recommend. And the Battle Gods arc was way better. Way better. Like, it had all the lighthearted stuff, the fun stuff. It had great story development. And then it had an incredibly epic fight between Goku and Beerus. And then we get the Resurrection F arc, and it's like, alright, well, this is literally just like the movie. And I don't know if this is because we just watched the movie a couple months ago. I mean, I've seen the movie even like a month ago again, because I like to watch it every now and then. But it just has not been that exciting for me. And in this episode especially, all we're just looking at is, again, a carbon copy of the movie. It consisted of Goku fighting with Frieza. He loses all the time. Like, everybody kind of notices his weakness, except for Goku. Goku takes a little bit longer to figure it out that he has a time limit on his power, and then it turns into basically, all right, you know what, I'm taking control of this fight. But I will point out, the one cool thing this episode does is they do the laser scene a lot better than they did in the movie. Now, the thing that bothered me in the movie is a couple things. Number one, he was still not really off guard. I mean, you could argue he was off guard, but he wasn't really off guard. Excuse me. At least in this episode, what happens is Goku powers down to his base form and is absolutely off guard, and then he gets shot. And the other thing I want to toss out or point out is a few people complained that he didn't get shot in his heart this time. Instead, he got shot like right here on the side, like around. He gets shot through the back and fires through. It actually goes through and everything. And a couple people complained that it should have been in the heart. Well, honestly, if you think about it, if he got shot in the heart, which he did get shot in the heart in the movie, he should technically be dead. I mean, even if you're a Super Saiyan, getting shot in the heart should kill you, especially if your guard is down. So, that part, to be honest, never made any sense. So I'm kind of glad that it kind of fixed it up and made it a lot better. So not only does he actually really drop his guard in this episode, go into his base form, but he gets shot somewhere else to the point where it just weakens it, but doesn't necessarily kill him. Because again, getting shot with a ray gun in the heart should kill you. I don't have to explain the biology there and there, but if I shoot you in the heart, you should die. And I'm glad that they kind of made that better in the scene. But outside that, everything else was exactly the same. I can't wait for next week for Vegeta to step in and really give Frieza the beatdown. But again, we have basically 24 minutes next week to fit in a beatdown, the explosion, the revival of the Earth, and then the kill. So it's literally going to be the most rushed episode of all time. And again, I'm not too upset about that next week, just because I'm excited to get to the new stuff. Again, Champa arc, January 24th, we finally get the new stuff. But at the same time, I wonder how it's going to look. And I feel like part of me thinks that, like, maybe they're just rushing these episodes because they're just done with it. Like, they want to get into new stuff as well. They know they spent a lot of money and time in Resurrection F. The movie looks absolutely glorious compared to the series. So I feel like they're just kind of like trying to like squeeze it out, just get it over with so we can get the new stuff. So hopefully with the next arc, we'll get a lot better at everything. Now, what I wanted to discuss is basically, let's talk about animation again. I feel like animation is an ongoing thing every single fucking week. Every single week. There's always a shot that ruins the whole episode. We're even to the point where we're getting fake screenshots that are going around, so you can, I don't know, ruin the series for people, I get. I don't understand what the obsession is with that. Now, I'm not here to defend animation. I will admit, the animation is not that great. But the thing is Dragon Ball Z has never been that great when it comes to animation. And that's not because, you know, it's Dragon Ball Z. It's because Toei is just not a good company when it comes down to animation. Excuse me. But if you look at it, any series that Toei has ever done has never been that great. One Piece, for example, is their biggest cash cow. Literally, they keep the lights on with One Piece. There is 725 episodes out right now. There is 800 chapters or so in the manga. It's pretty massive. And yet, well, I guess the manga has nothing to do with Toei, but The point I'm trying to say is One Piece is massive, but even as massive as One Piece is, their main series right now, it still doesn't look that great. I watched episode 725 this past weekend as well, which features the fight between Doflamingo and Luffy. I'm not going to get into details in that fight, so don't worry about any spoilers in case you're keeping up with One Piece. But as I'm watching the episode, I'm just remembering two things. One, I'm remembering reading the manga, because we have the manga. Oh, it's right here. Well, I don't have the most recent chapter, but I remember reading the manga, and I was like, wow, this is cool. You know, Luffy is really giving Doflamingo the hands. But when I'm watching the anime, the second thing it reminded me of was Dragon Ball Super. It was so just very, what's the word? I want to say low budget, but not low budget. And the reason why Toei does that is because they're a business. What they try to do is they're trying to minimize their input and money and maximize their output. That's what they do. And in doing so, they tend to step on the feet of their series, of their product. Like, they're literally giving a crappy product out to their fans, and you know, people accept it. I don't know if in Japan it's more of a okay thing or what the deal is out there, but like obviously in the rest of the world we've been talking, Toei is just not known for animation. They're just not known for that. Now you have companies like One Punch Man, which uses an average budget, and they literally create the most magnificently looking anime of all time. One Punch Man looks absolutely incredible, and it's on an average budget. So it's like, how does that happen? Honestly, I can't explain that. I really don't know. I don't know if it's like a passion thing or what, or because there's less episodes to produce, or what the deal is. Because obviously with like One Piece, you have 725 episodes. You can't really, you know, try to maximize every single episode to look that great, as opposed to One Punch Man, which has 12 episodes. I don't know if that's the deal or what here is, but end of the day, something that we have to accept is Toei is just not going to give us a good series. If they do a movie again, where they have an actual huge budget for one, like essentially one product, they might work on better stuff. Because let's be real here, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, they look great. I mean, yeah, they had a little bit of CGI in there, but end of the day, they look great. I remember when they first came out, both movies, people were excited. I've never seen any real complaints about the animation looking spotty, up and down, whatever. It was a great product for both of them. And then it wasn't until episode 5 aired where people started to realize, wow, this is really bad. And after episode 5, I think it just unlocked our potential. Everybody became super aware of what animation, what the animation in Dragon Ball Super looks like, and because of that, that's where the complaints came from. And it happens every single week. But again, we get it. It sucks. We'll spend literally 20 minutes watching an episode, get that one shot, and then the entire series or the entire episode may be ruined for you. Whatever opinion you have when it comes down to animation, I get it. That's just it. But at the same time, it's like, if it's that bad, you can simply just not watch it and not support it. And the other thing that always bugs me is I saw, I think it was Geekdom tweeted about it. It's like everybody's complaining about Everybody's complaining about Toei, but they are not willing to put any money into the product. It's like, this is the money that goes into producing your stuff. I feel like if they made more money, they'll be more willing to produce better quality content. Because at the end of the day, let's be real here, in the anime industry, there's a lot of bootlegging and piracy going on. How many of you guys here have actually supported anything anime related in the past year? Now I know a lot of you guys have. You guys buy the merchandise, you guys buy the DVDs, you go to the theaters to see the movies. But if you look at the bigger number, a lot of people are more willing to watch stuff for free than support it. And because of that, you know, companies like Toei might, you know, step back and just really like lower the budget so they can maximize their product. Because again, they are a business at the end of the day. I honestly, I don't know what the deal is, but the only thing I can say is when it comes down to animation and stuff like that, if it really bugs you, just don't watch it. Just don't watch it. Leave it alone. Go watch something else. And I know some of you guys have dropped. A lot of you guys are really waiting for the Champa arc to come out so you can, you know, really get into the new stuff and see what happens then. And part of me thinks that maybe for the Champa arc, since it's brand new stuff, they might be willing to, you know, put more quality into their product. Excuse me. But we don't know that yet. I mean, for all we know, Champa arc might have the same issue. We're gonna run into episodes 5 in the Champa arc as well at some point. It's gonna happen. It's bound to happen. But end of the day, like, it's honestly not that serious. Like, I mean, if you think about it, Dragon Ball is just awesome. It's just a fun experience. It's, even though we're rewatching Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, and we're still enjoying it. There's a lot of us who are still enjoying it. I mean, I see you guys in the comments. There's a lot of us still enjoying it. I know it's a small minority of people who are really just so pissed off about the animation, and they're just like, no. But the rest of it are just like, God, this is great. And even if you look at the ratings in Japan, the ratings in Japan for Dragon Ball Super have been amazing. But either way, it's like, does the animation ruin a series for you? Yes or no? I guess this is a question I'm asked for. Comment below. But the thing is if it does ruin it for you, why are you still watching? This is a question I've asked a lot of times before, and I still see the same people always complaining about it. And I've honestly learned to accept it. Like, not the complaints. I learned to accept the animation for what it is. If you're gonna watch Dragon Ball Super today, this is what we're gonna deal with. If you're gonna watch even Dragon Ball Z in the past, that's what you're gonna deal with. You know, and a lot of people even say, well, Dragon Ball Z, you know, looked like that because it was the 90s and the 80s. Okay, there were actually other anime at the time who looked a lot better as well. Again, it's just Toei. It's just, this is what they do. They just very much like to lower their input to maximize their output. It's just what businesses do. So if anybody blame Toei for it, but end of the day, like complaining and attacking the Dragon Ball community itself is not really healthy for us. And all we're going to do is we're going to get to a point where it's like they'll finish the Champa arc and they're just going to be like, nope, we're not doing anything else anymore, which is both a good and bad thing. It's a good thing because it's like, well, fine, we don't want your crappy animation, but at the same time, it's bad because it's like, well, there goes Dragon Ball. So it's weird. It's just weird seeing this like grow and then crash and then like this roller coaster ever since the series started. So I see it all. I see it all. I've seen the worst of it. I've seen the best of it. But at the end of the day, I know there's a lot of people who enjoy it. I know there's a lot of people who don't enjoy it. And the only thing you can do is either you watch it or you don't watch it. And that's basically where I'm going to leave it at. But yeah, excuse me. I just ate breakfast, so I'm like all burpy and stuff. It took me like 4 tries to record this. But yeah, I know. Let me know your thoughts on everything, I guess. Episode 26 as well, if you want to contribute anything to that. But again, there's not really much that you can say to that just because it's literally a carbon copy to what happened in the movie. But mostly this video has been about just ranting about everything with Dragon Ball Super and all that stuff. So yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right now because I already talked way too much. I talked more about animation than I did about the episode itself. But again, nothing new really happened. So I guess let me know what you're thinking in the comment section below. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day. When it's Rhymestyle, and I'll see all you awesome Super Saiyans in the comment section below. Peace.